This is lesson 8 for metal technology, wrought metal, chapter 16, pages 249 to 260 in your textbook. You can stop this video at any time if you need to jot down the definitions or for the images. If you do not stop the video, you will just continue to hear me kind of go forward, and it may move a little bit quick for you. So make sure that you know that you can pause at any time. We're going to go ahead and get started. The pictures that you see over here on the right are examples of things that have been made using wrought metal. Wrought metals that have been bent or formed to shape using various tools. So all the curves that you see over here, all these curves have been bent up by some type of machine. We're going to use a couple of machines to twist and curve up our utility shovel handle, which is a picture of this down here. Wrought metals are also called bench metals. It's a process of wrought ironwork. This is also called ornamental ironwork. So if you were explaining what you were doing to somebody in metal technology class, you could say you're doing a bench metal project when you are working on your utility shovel handle. Twisting metal down here, again on our utility shovel handle. This portion down here is what has been twisted. We do twisting for a couple of reasons. First is to make it stronger. So when you do have this twist in here, there's not going to be very much flex in the handle. And it also improves the appearance. So it breaks up the monotony of a long flat surface. You're going to use a bending jig at times to help you bend your wrought metal project. This bending jig up here has a bunch of different little pins that you can move in and out. It's a fixture that's used to make curved designs or structures or sections. This next machine is called a Hazelwood universal bender. We have one here in the middle of our shop. It's the one that says UB5 on it. It's a gray machine right by our buffers, just as you walk into the class here. So this is pretty close to the one that we have. You probably won't use this machine for one of the curriculum type projects in here, but we can use it to do anything towards your final project at the end of the semester. If you would like to bend up some pipes or anything along those lines, it's really good for round tubes. It'll do, like on this picture here, this is a rounded tube. So it's going to be put in here into this mechanism here, and these handles are going to kind of pull this way in this direction. You can do pipes, tubes, exhaust pipes for cars, a lot of things along those sorts of lines that have anything that's round that you don't want to get crushed down. This next picture up here is of a Diarco universal bender. So this is a top view. So we're standing on the top. We have this machine in our shop. It's located by the sink. What we will do is we'll take a pin, we'll put it in the middle of this mechanism here, and then we'll grab this handle, we'll put our project in something like this right in here, then we'll grab this handle and we'll pull it around in kind of this direction. As we do that, it's going to put our curve or our hook on our utility shovel handle. When you go to assemble your utility shovel handle and your utility shovel base, you're going to be doing a process called riveting. Now we're going to do a solid riveting process on this one. There's something called a pop rivet gun, but we're not going to use that for this particular project. We will use this method. So if you look here, this thing down here is a rivet set. The only thing that's different that we are going to do is our rivet set is actually going to sit on the top, and we'll explain why we do that as we actually get into the project. But there will be a rivet set. You will have a rivet that goes in between your two pieces. So in this example, this piece here on the bottom would maybe be your utility shovel base, and this piece here on the top would maybe be your utility shovel handle. So we're going to put these two together so they stay stationary. The only way it'll work is if this side, this head, is bigger than the hole that you're putting your rivet through. You do have to round your edge on the resulting side, so we're going to round this out and flatten this out to where this surface area here is wider than the hole, so that way it doesn't fall through. On the essential questions, why would you use a universal bender versus a universal former? The main difference is that there are more attachments, and the machine is going to actually make it easier. So if you would flip back through the slideshow, a universal bender would be like your Hausfeld and your Diarco universal bender, whereas a universal former would be more of just the bending jig. It was the blue thing with the little pins that were sticking in and out of it. What type of assembly techniques is most commonly used in wrought metal? We just talked about that on the last slide. That would be riveting,